Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so today was the official press conference for Deontay Wilder, Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis Ortiz wasn't there, had flight problems trying to get out of Florida, couldn't make it to NYC. All right, but they did have him via, was it a conference call? You know, they had him on the phone, had him on the line, him and his manager, Jay Jimenez. Man, I really wanted Ortiz to be there just so they can do the stare down, so I can see the size differential between the two, just up close and personal, not so much what's on paper, but just up close and personal, just see how it looks. But as far as what both gentlemen had to say, so what I expect from two undefeated, very confident boxers. Luis Ortiz is looking at this like, hey man, look at Deontay Wilder's skills. He has power, he's tough, but he's, somewhat of a novice compared to what I can do. That's how Luis Ortiz is looking at it. Wilder's looking at it from listening to him. This is what he was born to do. One face, as he says, one face, one name, and it will be Deontay Wilder. Both of these dudes very confident. Wilder also talked about his punching power. He says that Ortiz is a decent puncher, pretty much, but he has the one-hitter quitter. All right, so both of these dudes very confident, man. Ortiz said that, Wilder fucked up this time, picking him to fight. Wilder and Lou DiBella, a point that I've been trying to make, but whenever I make that point, fans gonna say what they want to say, you know what I mean? But I'm an American, so fans just off the top think that I'm, giving Deontay Wilder too much credit. And my thing is this, man, when they deserve credit, give them the credit. When they deserve to get, to get some backlash, then do it. But to me, man, as Lou DiBella said, they left money on the table. They could have fought Dillian White. They could have just fought Bermane Stiverne, right? And said, hey, he's my mandatory. I have to fight him. He's my mandatory. Now, they paid that dude money so they can fight Luis Ortiz, somebody who's looked at as a threat, as some fans were calling the boogeyman. Hell, I even did a 22-minute video a few months ago when I was talking about how I think that Luis Ortiz deserved his title shot. And I was using all fact. I was looking at the rankings from 5 years ago, how this dude was rated and how he didn't get his title shot. I know he had that one drug testing issue that took 9 months out of his career to kind of mess it up. But rather than that, man, he's been clean. And, I pretty much went over all that. So I like both of these fighters, man. And I've been waiting for a fight. Wilder, Ortiz, and Joshua, any type of those mixed up, I've been waiting for that fight, whether it's Wilder, Joshua, Ortiz versus Joshua. I've been waiting for two of those three to get it on, and I'm getting that. You know what I mean? So just wish Luis Ortiz was there. Wilder also went on to say how, American fans, they'll rather root for guys that are, overseas somewhere. And to me, man, let them root for who they want to root for. That's one thing you can't do, is try to force somebody to be your fans. If anything, do what Floyd Mayweather does. Use it as fuel to the fire. You know what I mean? Because it's all the same, right? If they're going to tune in and try to see you get knocked out because you have, as they say, you're a windmill and you have no skills and you fight nothing but bums and bum squad and all that, cool. Just let them tune in and keep racking up victories. Same thing was going on with Floyd Mayweather. And one thing about heavyweight champions, when I look at American heavyweight champions, a lot of the heavyweight champions, but I've always noticed this, man. Larry Holmes, I still got some Larry Holmes tapes on VHS from the 80s, watched them all through the 90s, that my father handed down to me. And when I used to watch them tapes back in the day, you would think that Larry Holmes was some fucking scrub the way they used to talk about him. This is when he had the title. Like those first few title defenses, calling him a watered down Ali, and he doesn't do this right, doesn't do that right, doesn't have enough power, doesn't do this, doesn't. I mean, you would have thought, man, that they're talking about some fucking scrub that held the title. When Ali was having the title, especially in his earlier years, oh, he runs, he has a loud mouth, he's this, he's that, he thinks he's the greatest. This kid's going around saying he's the greatest. He hasn't beat this guy, hasn't beat that guy. All this shit about him, man. He really didn't get his glory till his later years. Now, some guys are just very popular. You know what I mean? Some guys get that popularity. So I'm not saying all. Look at a guy like Evander Holyfield. I remember listening to rap groups. I remember there was a rap song back in the day by oh damn, what's the name of that group from the West Coast? This is gonna fuck with me now. Above the Law. In one of their songs, they said a line. This one, Holyfield had the title when he first won it from Douglas. They had a line in that rap song saying, I don't want to be a paper champ like Evander Holyfield. American rap group saying this, call him a paper champion. You know, you didn't beat the real champ, you beat Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson's the real champion, he's locked up right now. Some fans were going around saying shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis had the title. Same thing with him. People, he doesn't have a chin, he's overrated, blah, blah, blah. You know, so Deontay Wilder, man, you're going to get that hate. You got to just keep winning, keep beating. You know, this is a good start with this Luis Ortiz type of fight. You have to win it first, and we'll go from there. Luis Ortiz is in position of where he's trying to make history himself, become the first Cuban heavyweight champion. Now, there's been some good Cuban heavyweight boxers in the amateur ranks, right? Stevenson, Savan, you know, so, but we're trying to make history in the pros, heavyweight champion, be the first Cuban heavyweight champion. So he's fighting for history himself, man. This is a good fight. It means a lot to both of these fighters. And I hear some of the press in the press conference was talking about pay-per-view. Look, man, this shit's going to be on free TV. Why are we even bringing up pay-per-view? I kind of barely heard the question the guy was asking, but it's like, man, it's going to be on, you know, it's going to be on Showtime. Just be happy with that. Why are you even bringing up the rumor of pay-per-view? Showtime. You know what I mean? Quit trying to make up reasons to shit on the fight, or, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And then I'm reading the comments of the fans. I always like to take in what fans are saying. And I'm seeing mixed results. Some people are just like, hey, man, you know, I really didn't like Wilder, or I don't care too much for him, but this is a good step up. Can't wait to see the fight. Then I see some comments, oh, he's fighting a 50-year-old. He's 50 and he should have been fought him. And why didn't he fight him when Ortiz wanted to fight him at first? And I was one of those guys that made a video saying that Wilder should take Ortiz. When Ortiz wanted to fill in for Wawrzyk, when Wawrzyk failed that test, I was saying, hey, man, Luis Ortiz, take him. And if you don't fight Ortiz, then, you know, I don't mind seeing Gerald Washington, Jarrell Miller, and lo and behold, he picked Gerald Washington, right? But people make it seem like that was like 5 years ago when Ortiz did that. If he had fought Ortiz when Ortiz wanted to step in, that was just last February. That was just a few months. I mean, but you know what I mean? That was just in the springtime. When, you know, winter, springtime. So it's like, that was just last February. It's the same damn year. It's still 2017. So he's just fighting him later 2007. So instead of him fighting him February 2017, they get it on November 2017. Same fucking year. So what, did he get old in these last few months? You know what I mean? Nah, man, this dude's ready. And at heavyweight, we know for some heavyweights, not all, but for some guys age like fine wine. They get better as they get older at heavyweight. At heavyweight, you know, so we'll see. And when I say better, I don't mean he gets quicker or they get faster. But, you know, heavyweight, there's bombs being thrown, so you can kind of calculate and, you know, be a little economical with your foot movement and your head movement. It's just a different rhythm and pace. You know what I'm saying? Just a different rhythm and pace. Some guys are a lot better when they're right in their early 20s. Some guys a lot better. It's different for everybody. So we'll see what Luis Ortiz has. And people say Ortiz didn't look good in his last few fights. You know, I went back and I did go back and watch the Thompson fight. Watched it the other day. No, not the Thompson. I did watch that one, but the Malik Scott fight. I'm sorry, the Malik Scott fight. I watched that one again. I watched the David Allen one a few times. And what people don't say about the Allen fight is he stopped Allen. Didn't Allen go to full distance with Dillian White? So did Dillian White look like shit too? Or, I mean, I'm confused here. Now, Dave Allen wasn't sprawled out on the mat, but he was getting his ass whooped, man. Ortiz wanted to do everything he wanted to do that fight. And in heavyweight boxing, sometimes you're not going to be able to knock out everybody. It might not work out like that all the time. You know what I mean? throughout your career. For some, it might, but it's hard to do that all the time. Allen is a guy that has a good chin, a decent chin. But come on, man. Luis Ortiz was whooping his ass, man. Allen was trying to, go on the back foot and trying to dip and dodge punches. He was getting hit clean, getting hit to the body, getting hit on the head, getting hit in the face, getting rocked. I mean, he was getting his ass whooped, man. Ortiz did whatever he wanted that fight. Easy work. Yes, it wasn't, yes, it was not an explosive knockout, but it was easy work. Let's quit trying to pretend like that was some close fight that went to the, that Allen got robbed. No, man, it was easy. He didn't get the knockout, okay, but he got the stoppage. Could he have probably lasted a full 8? I mean, probably, but was it really even worth it? Getting beat up like that? You have no puncher's chance. You're just in there being a punching bag. Then the Malik Scott fight. Now, people want to say a guy that's running, that's running. When you're literally just moving around the ring, throwing 1 or 2 light punches for the whole fight and trying to get the hell out of Dodge. It wasn't like he was taking a step back, throwing 4 or 5 punch combination, move, stand his ground, throw 3 punches, pivot, come back, go back inside, come back outside, move, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 punches in a row. No, it wasn't that. It was literally run, or move, punch, move, punch, move. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to fight anybody like that. Even if you are great at cutting off the ring, it's just hard to fight somebody like that. Look at Mike Tyson when he fought, and I'm just using just one example, Bone Crusher Smith. If Bone Crusher Smith would have fought Tyson the same way he went in there and fought Razor Ruddock or Witherspoon, it would have been a whole different result. Smith would have probably got knocked out. But since he just elected to hold on for dear life, you couldn't see a spectacular performance. He negated that spectacular performance by his behavior in there, by not fighting, wanting to lay it out on the line. Ortiz beat Scott easy. I think it's going to be a good fight. I can't wait, man. Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, 2 of the best heavyweights in the world. And Wilder also said after this fight that he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. Now, I'm not sure. Joshua has to beat Pulev. I think that's going to be an interesting fight. I'm picking Joshua to win that fight. And then I'm not sure because according to Eddie Hearn, their schedule was going to be Pulev, Ortiz, then Wilder. Now that Ortiz is being taken out of the equation, I'm not sure what the WBA is going to do. Because they were talking about fighting February, March in their next fight. And that was supposed to be Ortiz. I'm not sure. Yusinov, I know, is up there. Fred Zakendo is another highly rated guy. I thought that Okendo and Yusinov was going to be a fight made for that regular WBA title. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to go on or who's going to be exactly next. But to me, it looks like Wilder's just taking care of the Ortiz situation. But I'm not sure what the WBA is going to want to do. If they're going to still try to make Joshua fight one of their guys that are rated, I'm not sure. But as far as November 4th, that's what I'm looking forward to. Everything, because this isn't a give-me fight, man. This is going to be a tough fight for Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz. All right, but Ortiz didn't show up, man. Hopefully, if they have another, I'm not sure if they're having another press conference for this. I'm not sure, man. But if they do, hopefully we get to see Ortiz and Wilder face to face. But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. What did you think about the press conference? I'm out.